Maloni, ko au ko Marisa Pene, ko Nukunonu te nuku, ko Robin, ma lehina o ko mātua. We live in Papakura at this time, and I live with my husband and our 3 children. I belong to the Tokelau, the Nukunonu Tokelau community here in Tāmaki Makaurau, but I'm also Māori on my dad's side, and connected through my husband to Waiōhua people here. So emergency situations, there's quite a few things that we've had to confront. So there's the obvious of having people stay with you who may need shelter. That's probably a first thing. Then there's as I was saying, the being able to put systems in place, growing our relationships through food growing is a big one. Things that in an emergency where money is not, like there's no ATMs, how can we connect with other organisations outside of our community to get the resource that we need? Sometimes that needs money, and if there are no systems in place, it's very tricky. So it's either one, having the agreements with those organisations before we need them, so digging our well before we need it, or creating systems that don't rely on money, so alternative currency or ways of exchange. And it may be going back to Tokelauan, so inati is something that's still practiced, the fair share. There may be those kind of systems that we can call on by practicing them now when we don't need, like it's not an emergency situation, so they become part of our normal life. I think that there's many strengths like that in Pacific communities that we could bringing them to life again in a really strong way, or just making them visible for people outside of our communities. We have a lot to share, I think, in our practices. There's a lot of beauty and value already in there. We don't need an emergency to know that.